So with Season 3 and the new patch coming out relatively on the same day, there's a lot of new things on NBA 2K22. So what better time for a top 5 builds video? If you guys have a rebirth you want to make, if you just want to make a new build, I got you. I'm going to show you guys so many different builds that work in this video. They are 100% the top 5 builds in NBA 2K22, so you guys will have the best 5 possible options to choose from. I'll leave timestamps on the video so you know when I'm going to show each build if you want to make a specific one, but I don't want to have a super long intro. I want to show you guys these builds. So if this video helps you out, don't hesitate to drop a like, sub if you're new, both of them help me out a ton. But let me show you guys the top 5 builds on NBA 2K22 in Season 3. So you can see the 5 builds I made right here, and what's actually crazy about this is out of these 5 builds, I personally have 4 of them. So it's not like I'm just making up builds what the top 5 is. I actually have 4 of these builds that I made to basically show you guys that these are the best builds and you should be making them. And alright, so for our first 3 builds, you want to make them all point guards. Okay, the first 3 will be point guards, so let's just get into that right away. And this first build, I'm gonna go in order of what I think the most overpowered builds are gonna be after the change. So first things first, I hate to do it, well, let's get on this pie chart. The majority orange and red, so you get Hall of Fame defensive and Hall of Fame playmaking badges. You want to come down to this pie chart. This is very important. Go down to the vertical and agility pie chart because you'll still get 99 speed with this build, and then copy these attributes exactly. So you see the badge points on the first build, 8, 10, 20, 19. I know I've showed you guys this build before. You guys have probably seen this build on YouTube, but basically it's the two-way playmaker. And by the way, these last 2 points that I have left, I'll just throw them on post control because they don't really matter anywhere else. Actually, they do matter. What am I saying? They gave me an extra playmaking badge. So yeah, make sure you put those extra 2 on post control. But it's a two-way playmaker. You guys know this build. You guys probably played against it. It's about to run NBA 2K22 since there's no more speed boosting. This build right here, and there's 2 different ways you can make it, which I'll show you here in a second. You're going to have 99 speed, 98 acceleration or 99, and then a 97 or 98 vertical. The build is absolutely insane, and the reason why I put it first is because not only do I think it's going to be the best just overall 2s build, but if you want to, you can run this as a lockdown. So this is kind of a 2-in-1. If you make a lockdown, this is the build I suggest because you'll be able to green in the corner. You're going to give your teammate Hall of Fame floor general, which is huge. And then you have 99 speed to play defense. But now let's get into the height and all that. So all my players in this video, I'm going to go built, but that's just personal preference. Now this is important. If you use the Derrick Rose size up, you go 6'4". Okay? If you use the Derrick Rose size up, you go 6'4". So that's what I do. I use that size up. It's a big part of my game. I go 6'4". If you do not use the Derrick Rose size up and you are making this as a lockdown defender, you make your player 6'5", okay? Use the Derrick Rose size up, 6'4". You don't, or you want to play as a lockdown, 6'5". So I'm going 6'4" because I use that size up. Weight, you want to go the minimum where you don't lose any attributes, so 177 pounds. On this build, I actually went with my wingspan a little bit higher. I think I went with 80. No, I went max wingspan. Yeah, I went max wingspan on mine. I honestly suggest you do too. You guys see you will have a 99 speed, 99 excel, and a 96 vertical. So that's the player right there. On this build, I went lock takeover, and I honestly do think it's the best. You see, you have built a two-way playmaker. What I think is going to be the build that's going to absolutely run NBA 2K22 unless something changes with the dribbling. But let's get into the second build. Alright, and just like the first build, you're going to want to go with a point guard on this one, and this build is probably the best point guard build in the game right now. You want to go to the third pie chart, majority blue, and then majority green, but you don't get the Hall of Fame shooting badges, and then the top physical pie chart so you get the fastest speed possible, and then copy these attributes exactly. And this is the badge layout for this build. 16, 17, 16, and 5. So you see it's very, very balanced. The only bad thing about this build, you only get Hall of Fame finishing badges. But You see your 3-point, you see your ball control, it'll go up, don't worry, so you'll be able to speed boost off rip once you hit 99. But this is basically the I can do everything build. You're decent on defense, you're not great, but offense is where nobody should be able to stop you. This is the offensive threat from NBA 2K20. You should be able to green every shot you take with this 3-point or all these shooting badges. You have Hall of Fame finishing badges with contact dunk, so nobody's gonna be able to stop you. You can speed boost. It's basically an offensive threat, literally the offensive threat from 2K20, but without Hall of Fame shooting badges, which in this game I've not only seen people play with this build but gone against it, and I have it myself. But you do need to grind it to 99 for this build to work, and it's absolutely insane. I know I just said it, but this build is not good until 99 overall, guys, but I assume that most people are gonna grind their build to 99, so that's why I'm putting this in here as the best offensive build in the game without question. You just need to grind your build. So now let's show you guys the height and everything. I go built on all my players. On this player, there's 2 heights you can go, either 6'3" or 6'4". Basically, are you willing to lose 2 ball control and 1 speed for 1 inch of height? And personally, I was okay with that, so I made mine 6'4". You can go 6'3", there's no big deal. Same thing with the weight, you put it as low where you don't lose any stats, so it's actually gonna be at 178 because that 1 strength doesn't matter. Wingspan on this player, you do not go minimum. You need an 84 driving dunk to get contact dunks, and you need an 85 ball control, I think it is, to get like the Trae Young size up. So you want to just leave your wingspan default wingspan, so that you'll have an 83 3-pointer, 85 ball control, 84 driving dunk, which is perfect for being able to get contact dunks, and that's it for this player. Insane offensive build. Literally any of these takeovers is fine. For comp wise, I think you should go sharp badge. For clip wise, I think you should go slasher badge. I'm gonna go sharp badge, and that's gonna be this build. You see, you have built a slashing playmaker. Personally, I think it's going to be the best offensive build in the game, and we're going to start seeing a lot more of these. But let's get into the next guard build in this video. Alright, and for this third build, we finally come to it. Obviously, you make him a point guard, but I have to show you guys how to make a play shot, right? Most people have playmaking shot creators. I know that the speed boost got nerfed, but let's be honest. High dribbling, high speed, high 3-point. This build will always be relevant. So let me show you how to make the best playmaking shot creator and copy these attributes exactly. And these are the attributes for my best playmaking shot creator build. This is actually my exact attributes for my playmaking shot creator that I made on day 1. I still think it's the best build. My player still dunks it basically whenever he wants to. He doesn't miss. Super fast, can dribble well. You guys know what playmaking shot creators do. I really shouldn't have to get too in-depth with this build because it's a standard playmaking shot creator. The other builds were a little more complicated. You see the attributes, you see the badge points. I make all my players built, like I said before. My playmaking shot creator, I went 6'3", and I do not regret it. I still think it is the perfect height for a playmaking shot creator, so I'm gonna stick with 6'3". Same thing, lowest weight where you don't lose any stats, so 173 pounds. And then on a playmaking shot creator, all you care about is offense. So you go lowest wingspan to max out that 3-point and ball control. Once you get to your takeover, it's pretty obvious. You go sharpshooter takeover on playmaking shot creators. And I know I said it a million times, but you have built a playmaking shot creator, the most common build in this game. You know, everybody has this build. Let's get into the final guard build of this video, and one that I haven't really seen that much this year. Alright, in the last guard build, I know I just said guard, but on this one, you make him a small forward. And yes, he's still a guard. He's not a lockdown, a spot up. This is a guard build, basically. You just make him a small forward for a different name. And I know some people like this. So for your pie chart, you want to go to the all orange pie chart. We're finally here, a point forward. I've gotten these type of comments. You guys want me to make this type of build, and it's different. Because my other builds, first off, go this pie chart right here. Because my other builds are all 6'4" or below. This build is not, but copy these attributes exactly. So you see, on our point forward, we have 1, 15, 30, and 10. Now the reason I put this build in here is, well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, you guys have been wanting me to show you a point forward build or a taller ISO build, and I think this is perfect. And yeah, I just wanted to make a taller build because every other build in this video was 6'4" or below, so I kind of want a taller ISO build to show you guys. And you guys see with the attributes, with the badges, this build is perfect. You're going to be able to do basically everything. I would personally recommend making the two-way over this build, but if you like tall players, you like tall players, and then this is the build for you. So I make my guy built. For your height, you might be surprised by this, but 6'7", yes, 6'7", so you are tall. Lowest weight where you don't change any stat that doesn't, or besides strength. So I would go 188 pounds. You'll have 99 speed. You'll have, 98 speed. You'll have a 96 acceleration. You're gonna want to put your wingspan, I would put it right here. I'll just, you know what, I'll just go with lowest wingspan on the point forward, to be honest with you. And then between these two takeovers, let's be honest, you're going Playmaker. And you see you have built a point forward. Let's get into the last build in this video, and the only non-ball handling build, I guess, maybe besides a lockdown. Let's get into the best center build. Alright, so I know I just said center, but when you make this build, you have to make him a power forward. And then for the pie chart, you want to go all the way down to the majority green, some reds, the second to last one, where you will only get Hall of Fame shooting badges. But guys, trust me, it doesn't matter. You go to the top physical chart, so you get the highest speed possible, and then copy these attributes exactly. Alright, so for the center build, you get 7, 20, 1, and 22. I think I've showed you guys this build before. Like I said, I have this build. That's because I think it's just the best build in the game. I had one of my friends make an outside center the other day, and this is the build that he made. I just think it is the best center build in the game. Now, I'm not talking about stage 3s. Yes, this build could work because I think poppers are just strong when it comes to forcing switches and getting the defense confused. But it's not going to be the best defender, the best rebounder in the game. This build, you won't miss. You're going to play solid defense. You're going to get boards. I love running with this build, and I think it's the best twos center build in the game without question, especially for poppers. The best outside center build in the game without question. So I make my player built. I would recommend Burley, but I go built. Height 6'8". Trust me, you're not too short. It's the perfect height. You want to put your weight all the way down so you can get 90 speed on this build. It's actually crazy. You'll get 90 speed on this build. Max wingspan because you're a center, and then you want to go glass takeover, and that's it. You see, you have built a glass cleaner. The last build of this video is a center build, and I hope it helps you guys out. So if this video helps you out in any way, you make any of these 5 builds, or you just want to help support me, I do appreciate it. Do not hesitate to do me a favor, drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.